Welcome to Argue Bros, the podcast that gives you multiple perspectives on today's hottest topics. Hosted by Nico Penguin, Fred in Progress, and Jess Freeman. If you're looking for some inspiration from and for normal people, or simply want to know the bros a little more, you better open up your mind to the fresh perspective that's coming your way right now.
And welcome to the next episode of Argue Bros, a podcast where you have your normal bros. But today we have a special guest. First, we just want to welcome Nico Penguin, myself, Fred in Progress, and Jess Freeman. We have a special guest in the building. We want to welcome the chosen one, Chozzen. Juan, thank you for joining us today, Juan.
Yes. It is my honor and my pleasure to join you guys.
You know, we were just talking about heating, Juan. How do you experience heating in New England?
Well, I mean, you know, it's cold up here. It's cold in this bitch, and we just deal with it. Right now, the system we got is a gas system, and my apartment doesn't have too much square footage, so I pay about, like I said, you know, like 100 to 150 on the cheaper end. The most expensive heating bill I've gotten up here is like 300. That's a month. If anything happened over 300, I would buy blankets and shut the heat off. Like, I don't play.
Bro, even if you turn it off, man, if it's gas or electricity, it's still pumping, bro. The price still rising.
Pile it on, but it's not that. It don't.
And is that during winter or like summer?
A lot though.
I mean, I know for a fact.
No, during the summer it's probably like $50, $40, $60.
Man, I wish we only have electricity. Man, in the winter when electricity in the summer is like a good 100, 150. Come wintertime, you can see $600 to $800. $600 to $800.
I don't know. You guys use that much electricity though?
No, my God. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something from my soul. I'm gonna tell you from my soul, bro. I have never looked into government assistance until I got an electric bill and when I was living in Massachusetts. Never have I learned everything about government assistance after I got that bill. I was like, I make just under enough to get some assistance. I started doing research. I started putting in forms, sending things in the mail. I ain't never sent something in the mail in my life, but I had to send something in the mail from electrical assistance. All right, sure. I was getting $700 bills. My octave and my voice go higher when I look at that bill. I was like, oh my God.
Fred asking cousins like, yo, can I use your kid as a dependent? No?
I turned the heat off. I turned the heat off and it still was hot. I mean, it was still cold and it was still hot. Like, bro,
no matter what,
we had no heat. We was living in blankets, and it's still high.
Yo, you got a double, triple, quadruple layer in winter down here, man.
We need Nikola Tesla to make that shit free.
Nah, that shit was in Texas. Remember last year in the summer, in the winter, other pipes broke and everything.
Everything started freezing because they weren't even ready for it.
Man, and the price went crazy. Of course, a lot of people died, but it was crazy the pricing, how it skyrocketed, because when you have what ends up happening in the winter is that everybody is demanding electricity. So because everybody's demanding electricity, the output in the system is so bad that you have to almost do 2 to 3 times the amount just to get the original amount. And that's like one of the things that they got to do is they need to update the electrical grid. Because if they don't, then you're going to keep seeing astronomical prices. And they keep sending emails saying, hey, we're going to keep raising the rate soon because inflation.
I hope you're only talking about Texas because Texas has their own system.
That's mass.
The rest of the United
States. They have their own grid. I believe.
I'm talking
Texas
about Mass. Mass needs to get their grid up to par.
They need to get insulated or something?
No, Mass is fine, bro. We've never had
for example, the electric grid is outdated at times because when the output in the winter, National Grid's reading of the meters for the same wattage and the same power amount used, they scale it up. So you're almost charged extra during winter months. Like, I don't know if you have National Grid, but they be sending that.
Yeah, when we were talking about prices earlier, like you said something about $800 a floor, like, I've never paid that much. Like my electric bill, even I pay my barbershop's electric bill, and the highest I've ever seen it. Mind you,
you gotta mention that. Let them know you cut hair. Hold on, now
we'll talk to that after. Yeah. So yeah, I cut hair. I'm a barber. Yeah, Chozzen's a barber. So yeah, I pay the electric bill in my barbershop. Mind you, it's 2 barbers working in there right now. lights everywhere, machines going, you know what I mean?
So you've been in
blowers, all that kind of shit. And the most expensive the electric bills ever come out is like $320. That's in a month, $320. I don't think that's that high for a barbershop to have all the equipment we have, all the lights and everything.
You got National Grid or who you using?
Nigga, I don't know. I mean, here we use Eversource, and their prices are pretty good. Even in my crib, I pay $100 a month for electricity. Yeah, like I don't pull that much, bro.
Man, National Grid, they be robbing
a few other. Yeah, National Grid, man.
Oh, damn. I got Eversource. Eversource is lit,
like, yo, you want heat? We ain't even gonna give you heat, but you still gonna give us heat. I was gonna make a cow. I'm like, no.
Eversource is nice around here. Eversource is nice.
No heat, and they still gotta pay. Oh man!
Oh my god! Yo, they what they really trying to do is they trying to upsell me. They trying to get me on them plans. You know them plans where they make you pay a certain amount of money for the entire year every month. Yeah. And that way you'll pay them more over a percentage because it
I mean after $700 might not be a bad idea. You think? You really got to run it?
You guys probably make more money up there though. You must, because there's no way that
has to do with the. What does that have to do with electricity being higher?
Bro, if you make more money, the utilities can be more expensive. The cost of living is more
they just charge more. They just charge more.
That's like down south, like Florida and down south places. People make less money, but that cost of living is less. Up here, cost of living is higher, but.
Think about what Justin said. When that winter storm happened in Texas, everybody had like a 700% increase on their electricity bill for the next 2 months. Some people had it even worse.
For the next year,
based on utility as well.
You said the next year?
Pipes and everything.
For the next year?
Bro, that shit made people go into debt.
Yeah, it was bad in Texas. Like with that,
yeah,
people were having $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 bills, where they have to like take loans, and they couldn't get. They can't. They still
imagine taking out a loan to pay a gas bill.
Bro,
for like 7 days maybe.
That's a miracle.
What? Yeah, I'd be so tight.
And then what happens if you don't have the credit to take out the loan though? What happens? Like, do you go to jail?
Hey, they got heat in jail. They got heat in jail. Fuck it.
Oh my lord!
Nah, you did not gonna be worse in jail. You gonna be stuck in that house. You gonna have to keep paying for the house with no electricity.
Facts, you can stay in the house with electricity.
They got free meals. They got heat.
Camping into the living.
Oh my lord!
You get some candles,
just wake up every morning and go to the YMCA. You'll be good.
Wait, Juan. Wait, hold on.
Shower at the Y. Go, and it's a $30 membership. Go shower and go get some chips or something from the vending machine.
Wait, Juan. You touched upon something so dope because it made me think like, man, in the prison, I wonder if like that lady, the Ghislaine Maxwell, I wonder if she's getting that kind of treatment in the prison. Or is she getting that like a VIP?
See, them niggas is high end. They're high. They're different.
You think she's in a high end prison?
Like a nice big sale firm.
They can't keep her in general pop.
I know
she gotta keep her in VIP.
Kill that bitch.
Nigga, are you for real? Sipping champagne with her lawyer.
She's a multi-millionaire. You think she's
Let me say something.
You don't understand.
If the shaman from January 6th got to get vegan meals and stuff, she probably getting gourmet caviar, bro. She eating good until proven guilty.
All that shit, yeah,
man. It's a female jail. They have vegan meals every day. Lamb chowder.
If you work at a vegan jail, or if you work at a female jail, and the conditions aren't like
let us know.
Please leave a comment down below.
Like that though. Imagine the future figures like that. Hey, are you vegetarian? Hey, take this nigga to the vegetarian ward. Take him to the vegetarian ward, bro.
Walks in, broccoli everywhere.
Because but Jeffrey, he was in a normal prison.
Corn in the fucking.
Why would she be in a high end prison if Jeffrey was in a normal prison?
Because she said it from the jump. I'm ready to snitch on everyone, and
I know.
She did.
Epstein didn't say that. So think about it. If she says that,
it, though.
And and she goes to regular lockup, they might send someone to kill her. So she has to be in a special kind of place so that nobody can reach her, nobody can touch her.
I don't think she knows the real dirt, though. I don't think she knows the big dirt. Epstein didn't tell her everything.
They're not exposing anything, bro.
Wait, hold on. You said you don't think she doesn't know the dirt? The one that was
the folder, because Epstein was the one. Epstein was the real stuff. From like he was getting all these scientists.
Hey, right now,
kind of experiments. She knows the sex stuff and all that kind of stuff. Like that, that's not the.
I know. I just want to say something. They follow
her second in command, but I'm saying they're not going to be talking about that in the case. They're talking about the sexual ring. If they're talking about like the scientists and everything.
I follow a verified Twitter journalist. Like that, he's a journalist. He has a Twitter account. He's verified, got blue check and everything. And he's been following the case like himself. Like he's in the courtroom and he's been like doing videos and like typing stuff and all that kind of stuff. And he said they had this underage kid at the time on the thing, and they're asking her questions how like Ghislaine's in the room while Jeffrey Epstein's like playing with a pussy and shit, and she's like 12 or 13. You know what I'm saying? And Ghislaine's in the room. And she's like, "Oh, do you know who Ghislaine is?" And she'll pinpoints on it, and talks about when Ghislaine would touch on her, would touch her throat, you know what I mean, stuff like that. They said like her first encounter with
Did she get paid?
No, it was so what
if she get
what happened was
Epstein, like, what was the point? Like, what was the
Epstein
point?
and Ghislaine would cloak themselves as a foundation and go to these homes with these kids who they have the best homes.
They thought that was supposed to happen.
Exactly. Like she wanted to be a dancer, and they were like, "Oh, we can get her a scholarship, all this stuff." Then they take her out of the home, the parents or whatever, and then they do that shit. And then they tell them, "Oh, you can't tell." Blah, 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 you know, they buy them stuff. You know,
and all
when you're underage like that.
Nah, bro.
They got the power game on them.
Once they take it to the island, all the visitors and like the workers there, they see all the little girls, and they said that they were told that they were massagers and don't look further into it.
Yeah,
I mean they did massage. Apparently, I heard they massaged a few very rich and powerful.
Well, goddamn, my boy.
Yeah, man, that's
like
a huge list that got leaked.
Like legitimately.
Nah,
they're not gonna come out with all the people that are probably named and like actually.
It's too many. But yo, Ghislaine talks about that dude just posted today. She gave George Clooney a blowjob in a bathroom of a party.
Wait, what?
Like it was a high elitist party.
Little girl did?
No. They brought this girl.
Someone else?
Who was a little girl in the house, and it was like a big elitist party. And she went on a stand, and she recalls seeing Ghislaine give George Clooney a blowjob in the bathroom of the party. Like Epstein threw a big party, and there was mad elite, like George Clooney, all these guys, all these fucking high Hollywood people there, and they were all just having sex, doing this, doing that. And she named a couple people by name. Obviously, she's like, they don't trust all that kind of stuff, but she's given account of being there.
Bro, it is so crazy to think like it's so crazy no one believes it, even though
mind you, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial was everywhere. This trial, nowhere. You have to like search mad deep to find it. It's crazy.
It's still going on.
That's because the media is owned, man. They own the media. Whoever owns the media, literally, you can look up who owns each media station. They do not want that information being spread around. So they control who. That's why Cosby went down, man. He tried to own a media. He tried to buy a news station, right? You can't do that. They need to control all that.
Wait, you think is that why Michael Jackson went down too with Sony?
Yeah, everyone has dirt. I'm not saying anything he did was not true. It's just that his dirt wasn't coming out until he tried to do something that some powerful people didn't want to do.
Theory. I have this theory that all these people, before they reach positions of power, the people in charge, like the elitists and all that, they take videos and stuff like that of them committing acts like that to hold it as blackmail.
That's not
and then once they're in those positions of power, well, yeah, conspiracy theory is a theory because, you know, once they're in those positions of power, then they say, like the Bill Cosby situation, listen, we can just release this shit whenever we want. So you better chill, tie down, do what the fuck we say, or like your image is going to be, you're just going down the drain.
Man, this sounds like the Church of Scientology blueprint, bro. You be studying the Church of Scientology like that? How you know to
do this?
These are conspiracy theories, right? You know, that's why I call them theories because I talk to people about this. They're like, "Oh my god, you crazy, bro! You reach it, bro. You reach it." I'm like, "Oh,
bro," because that's literally like
us, bro.
I want to know what they got on Tom Cruise, man. What they got on Tom Cruise, man? That man,
Tom Cruise is a vampire.
It's all locked up in there.
I want to hear that one.
Dude, that's like hazing. Everybody goes through hazing.
You like never ages.
Like, and what if
he's 16 impossibles? Nigga,
but what if he's on the other side? But what if he's on the other side though of those kind of like hazing incidents? Like he's the one getting other people.
Tom Cruise,
like,
do you not see his religion? He's in a religion that celebrity
No, I'm saying like he's not the
only
one that got blackmailed on. He's the one that got it on other people type of thing because he doesn't.
there's a
necessarily
hierarchy, so
need
who
it.
knows? Because he's been there and provided.
Like if you're
so
the
much
most famous,
who knows?
like
Yeah.
like do you think that they would do that to like their most famous one? Like have something over him?
I don't think they care about the fame because they're whatever kind of weird institution they believe in. I don't think it matters as much as the fame. It's about more the power and the people who are in the lead. I would assume,
and that's why,
Also,
I assume it's like any other kind of group where they have levels. Of power
I watch certain artists. My bad. For you.
Oh no,
Yeah, I watch certain artists that start on a good trajectory, right? And then eventually they acquire more fame, and you say like, "Wow, now they're pushing agendas, or doing this, or doing that," and you start to see why they got to a certain level. And then they had to make a choice whether to just...
How do you like it so far? Don't forget to reach out via social media and suggest the next hot topics to argue about.
Be below a fame level and do their thing, or sell themselves, sell their soul, and reach a different level, but promote certain agendas. So then they all get in the industry, they get to a certain level, then it's the elitists come to them, listen, we need you to promote this, that. So whether it's fucking homosexuality, this, that, paganism, whatever it is, and then they have to sell their soul out to reach a certain level of fame. Once they do it, they have the blackmail. If you want to turn back, you can't. Like the Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams. Like people think Cat Williams is crazy and shit because he was going around saying all that stuff about Hollywood. And what they do, they blackball him. Now nobody hires him. He's crazy. All that kind of shit. So.
I mean,
Even Martin Lawrence at one point was running around saying that, going crazy. He had lost his mind too. He was running around Hollywood saying they want to kill
with the gun and shit.
Bro. Yeah. And when's the last time you saw Martin Lawrence in a movie?
The good one? A long time.
What you mean? Bad Boys 3 came out. You hating on Bad Boys 3? You ain't considering Bad Boys 3? Wait, hold on. Bad Boys 3 came out.
That's true.
Hold up. That movie was like the end of
that movie was kind of trash.
You watch Bad Boys 1 and 2, then you watch 3 and you go, like,
that was just for money, nigga. That's it.
Like Martin, I know you cannot run the way you're running, my nigga. Look at your belly. Like, this is obviously all just, and Bad Boys 1 and 2, they were in shape, they were younger. You could believe they were badass cops. And this one, you're like, these niggas is old as hell.
Not even. And then we got Will Smith playing this macho man.
Yeah.
When we got Jada picking
your wife cooks you, nigga.
Like August and shit. Like,
oh my God. Yeah, he's even emasculated already, like, bro. And you're okay with it.
You a bad boy?
Your wife, nigga, your daughter and everything, nigga. Like,
bro, ain't none of them respect him. Like,
one time,
and you a bad boy?
Like, I wrote a letter to Tupac saying I wanted him to be my dad, some shit like that. I was like, what the
Will Smith?
God, bro, his daughter. Yeah, like, bro, even your daughter that did it. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God. They all sleeping in the cold, man.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm like, oh, you want Tupac to be a dad? Well, he's in a grave, so.
I heard that.
What's up?
Bro, can you imagine that?
Get low,
your flesh and blood, your actual daughter says that she wants another man to meet her father. Like what? Like, do you fail as a father when that happens? Oh my God, you wild!
I'm giving it to Epstein. Epstein, here you go.
You said Epstein?
I forced it.
You forced that shit. Someone's gonna believe you.
That's for content purposes.
He said that is entertainment only. Entertainment. Asterisk. Oh my God.
What if they told her? What if the higher ups told her to quote unquote snitch so that she can get off with a little slap of the wrist and train the next Jeffrey Epstein to take his replacement?
Like some sort of
she might mysteriously disappeared after the trial as well. So somebody's gonna be.
I'm surprised she's still alive. I'm surprised she's still alive. To be honest, I thought she was gonna die.
It's probably because she really is.
She either, bro. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a purpose.
That's what I'm saying.
She probably got in contact with like an FBI agent or something.
In my opinion, she's such a beacon that I'm wondering if there's something else going on. This is a distraction.
Man,
you think this is the distraction, really?
Yo, Fred, hold on.
I thought this was the thing and everything else was the distraction.
Nah, then that means this is the true inception, and we got to look further into this. Oh my God, Fred.
No, what I'm saying is because this will be what every conspiracy theory is looking at, and all the Pizzagate bullshit. But what is actual real? See, my opinion is all this stuff is really just human nature playing out. If you have power, obviously you're going to want to do things and optimize that power. This happened throughout all our history. The people with power would do things that the people with power who don't have money will want to do things.
It's slightly different than just human nature, because
it becomes darker because they
for
go
a while and let their close people in the circle use that power for their own good as well, instead of spreading it out to the general population and uplifting everyone. You feel me?
So you think that power is going to be used for evil? You think that power is going to be used for evil? That they're gonna abuse it?
When I say power, I'm talking about financially, physically. Like everyone, when you actually gain power, people realize the things that they couldn't do when they didn't have it, and so it just constantly is.
This is true.
Magnifying, and so it's really it's not a surprise that these things are going on behind the scenes and now be coming out. It's so shocking that it's real. You know what I mean? And that's why I think it's more of a distraction. It's a real life thing going on, like the politics things that are changing around us, like real things that actually affect us. That's why I think
I get what you're saying. Like if 10 years ago this shit came out, people would be like, "Oh my!" But now it's like it's not that.
It's not surprising. Everyone, it's not for years because would you not force somebody to have sex with you? Now I'm not saying you, and I'm saying these people. Like if you think about human nature,
yeah. If you're that powerful,
if you have the power, you're gonna
whatever you want.
Force people. You can buy people. Everyone's minimal to you because you have so much already. Like, and people can't think like that because they're small brain. There's so many people who are small brain who can't think of, oh, if I had power, I'd do these kind of things to these people. Well, yeah, they would do that. And that's they have no moral, no conscience. But why would they have moral conscience when they reach the top of the world already and can buy and purchase and move anything? So it makes sense to me. I'm not very surprised at what Maxwell, Ghislaine, and everyone else is talking about. They just have unique interests that they always had, but now they have the possibility to attain it. It's not super surprising. But I'm saying if people possibly missing important things going on around us in the world and the government that are being reported, but no one's paying attention to it. So there's simple laws about abortion, a lot of different things going on besides this.
Yeah. Nah, they're going crazy with abortion.
Like the thing going on in China, like, bro, crazy right now in America or across the country.
Even the firmament is getting weaker, bro, because as you can see, like there's some countries or some areas of the planet, flat Earth, because I believe in a flat Earth theory. There's some places of this flat Earth that...
Flat Earth? Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro, there's some places that you'll see in one spot, it's like dark as hell, and then you'll like maybe drive 2 miles later, 2 miles down, and it'll be like bright as day or some shit like that. And it's been recorded this year multiple times. People's like, yo, look at the sky.
What does it mean?
Nigga, the firmament is breaking, bro. We are getting reached to a turning point within our universe, I believe. Not like floodwaters, but like a clock, you know.
But what happens when the firmament breaks?
We're reaching that.
Yeah.
What happens when the firmament breaks? A new age is upon us. More knowledge, more ignorance.
You think good stuff is gonna happen?
Nigga, I said more knowledge. Knowledge.
Yeah, that's why I think
good.
That's good.
These guys are trying to reach Mars and the moon and all that because they're trying to move, like create colonies and shit out there.
Exactly.
Because they know that this planet is coming to an end.
And
who do you think the only people that are able to make it to those places? I'm just, it ain't us, bro. Not yet, at least.
But that would mean though that we can travel outside of this ecosystem called planet Earth.
Of course we can.
I don't believe in space,
bro. There's a thing.
Yeah, bro. We see them.
There's a thing called the Van Allen belt. Listen, there's a thing called the Van Allen belt. Anybody that's listening, Google that right now. It's a thing that science called NASA actually said exists. They said it's a magnetic field outside of the Earth that doesn't allow any kind of technology to surpass it. It's right outside of the Earth. It almost sounds like some sort of a dome or some sort of a invisible barrier that once you pass through, all the technology ceases to work. Which one of the Apollo missions exploded in space, which allude to the fact that when you actually try to travel to space, quote unquote, you either hit something and explode, or after you pass through the Van Allen belt.
They say the lunar landing was faked. I mean, some people say that when they put the flag, one step for whatever. They say it was fake.
You know, before
it was supposedly was orchestrated by a crew at Hollywood. Oh yeah, you heard about that with China? Russia did one too.
Yeah,
didn't
they did the same bullshit. Yeah. They both, China and Russia, went before America, and they all did the same bullshit. Moon landing, bullcrap, bro. We were the first one. Look at the flag. We put it here on the moon.
Now,
Everybody knows.
but I do have a.
Every cryptonic person knows this is America. Superman, let them know. Like, motherfucker, come on now.
Now, regardless, regardless about if the moon landers are fake or not, and if we're gonna go to space or not, my thing is and has always been, if we are able to go to Mars and whatever, what kind of money are we gonna use? Are we gonna be using cryptocurrencies and be sending money through we're sending money through like literally digital? Because remember, satellites are what powers internet. So if there's a satellite in outer space that connects to Mars,
can reach, I get what you're saying.
Can reach Earth, then that means cryptocurrency is not going to be just an Earth, but it's going to be an intergalactical cryptocurrency. Dude, we're
bro. You sound like them crypto hype on 1,000.
You're just hating.
You hating, bro. You went from crypto to the moon to crypto literally to the moon, bro.
My boy touched every part of the.
Yo, you know,
right, you just hating. Come on,
this nigga's the creator of that shit.
Bro, come on
his
now.
grandson gonna be alive when crypto on the moon. Like,
what? Come on now. Think about it.
It's the moon, but not that literally. Come on now,
bro. Literally, think about that.
I feel like cryptocurrency. If we do go to, let's say, Mars or whatever the case is, I feel like cryptocurrency would not be relevant on those planets, just because history has shown early civilization that it's not about how money is created, it's about what you use to affect that, as in money, like let's say farming or.
So you don't think that they're gonna have a market on these colonies?
But first they'll have to build it out. It's gonna take forever, and then the market on there, if whatever currency is strongest at that point, which possibly could be a version of crypto, because crypto will be that electric money, but it's probably something better than crypto.
You know, it's gonna be the Mars coin, bro. It's gonna be a Mars coin, an Earth coin. Bro, come on now. Are you with me? There's gonna be a moon coin.
Are you telling me I should find a crypto coin named the Mars coin and invest in it right
you
now?
Should make it
100 years from now.
No. Oh my god, dude, that's a great idea. Instead of creating it, we could just look
my generation will be rich. There's gotta be a Mars coin at this point.
If Elon didn't create one and he didn't endorse one, then yes, it is possible theoretically. And if it hasn't come out yet and you created it,
man, do you know about the Save the Kids cryptocurrency coin scam? All these different coin scams, people launching coins and having influencers publicize them, and then their influencers spend them and then they back out. You know about like Save the Kids was one of them. Why don't we do not us? Why don't people do coins that are like for good causes, such as let's do a coin for cancer called the cancer coin. And then people can send money to end cancer, and we give like 20% of the coin to scientists to end cancer, and we pocket the other 80. I mean, not us. The people who grade that coin pockets the other 80.
It's already cured. I feel like cancer is already cured.
So you're already telling people don't do any kind of investments like that.
The curse is already cured, but if you sell the cure one, how do you make recurring profits? There has to be recurring profits, okay?
It's logical.
Exactly. So they can't give a solution. There's
millions of dollars on chemotherapy.
You learn this at middle school, elementary school, in kindergarten. If you solve a problem, there's no longer a problem. And so that comes to money as well. No one's going to solve a problem if the payout's not big enough. Why solve a problem when you get dividends, which is basically what recurring payments are, which is basically what we have to pin for insulin and everything else. We have to keep paying to live, basically, recurring income. Like there's no benefit in solutions. There's only benefit in temporary solutions or reviable solutions. What is that called? What would be that called? You can buy it over and over again. Refillable. Yes.
Yes.
That's why. That's kind of the most valuable products are things that you can keep buying, like paper, like toilet paper and stuff. People buy it
All
constantly.
I do hope for, though, is that if there is an alien or a break in the firmament or a flat Earth explosion or whatever, I just hope that it is in my lifetime, because
you do.
I want
it in
shit,
your lifetime,
man. You feel me? Like,
chill out, man.
Yeah, I want to see that shit. I want to be able to be like, hey,
what do you mean you want to see? You said you want to die in it.
That's not an alien. That's the real Jesus Christ. That's you feel me? Like,
you're pretty much saying that you want to die to a natural catastrophe like that.
No, we're gonna have a few more wars first.
I said I want to live long enough to see it. If I get killed with the Earth blowing up or whatever, then fuck it, bro. But
if you see it, you're
Regardless
gonna
of the
be.
case is, I died knowing that I seen that shit, and I'll be in peace if I see that shit. Like,
we ain't gonna make it, bro. We're gonna be at war before that next 20, 30 years. Yo, anybody scared? China and Russia, like,
Hold on, wait,
they partners in there real strong.
What do you think is more likely, Bitcoin hitting 100,000 or us entering World War III?
nigga,
Bitcoin hitting 100,000 or us hitting World War III.
I think 100K is more.
I think, yeah, I'm about to say Bitcoin is more cheap.
If World War III happens, everybody's dying.
We look at past history,
Nobody's surviving.
Bitcoin's fluctuation is not that crazy for it to do that in about 3 to 5 years, possibly 10. But and that's saying it's more likely than us going to war. We'll take like 30 to 40 years.
It can get 100K by the end of this month, to be honest, bro.
What?
I'm not that crazy.
Hold on, man.
We got some crypto hype people on this, man. Y'all got coins.
It's not about hype, bro. I'm not saying that it's gonna. Listen, I'm not saying it's gonna get there and stay there. But the way crypto goes, like,
you think it's gonna get there at all?
Bro, when it goes down, it goes boing, and when it goes up, it goes boing.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it does this. So it's very possible for it to just like boom, get to 100, and then boom, come back down to 70. Like, it could just do that. We could wake up tomorrow and it could do that. You know, doesn't mean it's gonna stay there.
I mean,
the stock market gradually.
Yeah,
the stock market gradually goes up and gradually goes down. Crypto doesn't gradually do anything. It just either dumps or it fucking spikes. Like,
that's true.
That's what I've noticed. It doesn't have like an uptrend or nothing. It just one day to the next, it just goes up, down, and here. Then like it doesn't.
So you don't think like people could time it and try to get used to it?
I think as more people get into it, right now there's too much like. The people that are in it have a lot of money. I think as more people get into it, it'll stabilize because you'll be able to see more patterns because humans invest in a more pattern-like way. Right now, there's too many people with a lot of money who can just fluctuate the price too much. Think about it. If we're all millionaires, right? We're all multi-millionaires with $20 million. And we say to ourselves, hey, yo, let's just pump this coin up real quick. And I throw 20 million in. Like, let's just say, right, we're all millionaires. We all have 50 million plus. And I say, yo, let's pump SHIB tonight. And Justin throws $25 million into SHIB. Fred throws 25 million, I throw 25 million, and Rafi throws 25 million. SHIB's not gonna go up because of that. And then once it goes from 3-4 to 8-0, we go, all right, guys, our job's done. Let's dump this shit. And then we just boop and get out. And like, so right now all the people in crypto have all the money. Most of the people in crypto have all the money. So
Fred,
they go up,
Fred,
down,
we got a scamming friend right here. Yeah, Fred is always coming up
that's
with
how you
scams
can do it.
and stuff like that.
Fred, that's the only way. If we get enough
it's
money,
not called scams. It's not called scams.
It's not scam. I know. Don't call it a scam.
We're debating ideas first of all.
Isn't that what Robinhood did with GameStop?
Yes,
it's called loophole. Okay, I'm not scamming.
When it got high enough, they were like, "Oh, we can't allow nobody to sell it," and then they fuck up the app, and then the whales sell whatever, and then okay, now you guys can sell. Like, you know what I mean? If they do it, why the hell can't we get to a certain level where we're able to do that? Like, because
we don't know about it enough. That's why, honestly.
No, we just need the money. We don't need to know about it. We just need the money. If we had enough capital, bro, we can flip.
At this point, I would just like to say, I love your enthusiasm in finding the holes in crypto and trying to cheat the system. But we would make more money profitably if we actually pulled our money and invested into other ICO coins that are coming out before launch. But if you like to get grifty, because I am a grifter.
No,
I'm not a grifter. I'm not a grifter. I'm a great businessman, by the way. But if you wanted to be a grifter, you could actually instead do what these social media influencers are doing. You build a coin. You could pay like $400,000 to build a coin, have them market. Then you market the coin by putting in about $200,000-300,000 into marketing by having influencers market it, and then they buy the coin. There's a lot of people doing this exact system. Get about $1 million to $2 million. So they invested about $600,000 to $7,000. Get about $1 to $2 million out. Then drop the whole project back out and take all the money and move on. And no one knows that you did it. And then if they do know, they can't track you. And so if you wanted to do that, we could do a bunch of those kind of things because they're repeatable. And
instead of but also
that's the grifty way. That's the grifty way. If you want to do the legal way, we can also sponsor new coins. We can sponsor new coins for 10x and 100x and 1,000.
Yeah, of course. Argue Bros are listening to money. Anyway,
more money. Yes, more money.
Bro, you mentioned a dope thing though, because why would you drop it if it's going well?
Because it's built upon nothing but lies, and so once people look into it, which everyone because they're not making,
but it doesn't. So you need to get out why it's high. But it doesn't take that much to actually come up with a real product or service,
bro. You do not. Yes, it does. You have to actually have some sort of use or application.
Have you studied the blockchain?
I looked into grifting on blockchain. I don't need to look into how you actually build it out because that's complicated. No one's going to do that. Because that would take millions. Instead, you put a few hundred thousand and you get a better turnout. Why are you going to make a real thing which you don't even know if people actually follow? Because you have to have some name behind it and actually have some meat and potatoes and actually show what the same thing that you said and actually have the technology.
The crackers.
No, listen to yourself.
You have someone educated and spend the money. It's going to be way too much work.
No, because you just said grifting is easier. Because you're making a lot of work just to freaking sell nothing. You could make a lot of work to sell something.
Not if the profit and the time is cheaper. You could pay somebody, like I said, 200,000-300,000 to make their own blockchain. And then after that, you would literally get the influencer for 200,000 to 300,000, and you bank about $1 million, $2 million, depending on the influencers and how easily you built up the system. Where otherwise you spend millions into developing a blockchain that actually has some capability and usability. And then if you actually get the marketing around it and actually have some uses where it's actually generating some sort of profit, then it's valuable. But there's too many markets and there's too many things. It's not going to work. It's way more effort, way more work, way more planning, way more research. Where instead you can just cheat it. Probably drop somewhere. We back. Good man, Justin. We back. But yeah, it's too much work. It's too much work. It's not going to work. I mean, it will work, but you're not guaranteed to work. You're actually making a real business. Where real businesses fail, where scams can be easily marketed and backed out of.
I think it's less risky, or it's more effective to do it that
way less risky. It's less risky in the sense of if you don't get caught, you make your money for sure. Whereas the businesses, you have to actually make a real business and survive in a market that's very competitive. Where people with real money and real research and real knowledge is trying to do it all the time and not succeeding currently.
But just to touch base on like a few coins,
the meat and potatoes is the influencers. It's the media, it's the marketing, not the actual coin. Your coin could do nothing. You don't need to invest too much money in the coin. It's the marketing that matters.
Like for example, like
I see what
put a bunch of money into the coin.
Yeah, but for example, like Ethereum, like everybody wants to be the next Ethereum. Like for example, Cardano wants to be the next.
Are you saying that we can make the next Ethereum, my guy? If that was possible, it would already be done.
I'm not making a coin.
Like, do you understand the investment? And are you comparing making the next Ethereum to making a crypto scam?
No. I'm saying like the way that they did it is mimicking. And then once they saw that, like because Ethereum is a smart contract, so that's a complicated coin to imitate. Meme coin, however, is completely different.
That's true. Meme coins are a lot easier.
That's what I'm saying. Make a bunch of meme coins. You don't have to, and you have to have the influence behind it. And you can sell it off and be quick.
You know, and that's like that going for like
it gets to the top. We pull up. We take the millions.
But you could wait a minute. Like that's all the way in the deep end. There's almost no difficulty, right? But then if you scale it back to something that has some sort of a utility, like a utility token or something of that nature, where you can use it.
Actually, have to build it out. Do you understand the investments you have to do to actually build it out versus I'm putting most of the money into marketing, which is way cheaper. The time and money investment to making a coin that actually is useful and has some utility is 10x versus doing it for a meme coin. Why would you waste your time and money on something that's not even guaranteed in the first place? You're making money off of being utility versus scamming somebody. It's a totally different profit where you get your money from. So you have to actually guarantee a viable product that actually works and provides some value to the world. Where the other one, I can just present that my marketing team is amazing. That's all I need. All I need is a good marketing team. It's way easier.
No, he's there's various ways, but you know. I like that we can sit here and think about all these ways to get thrifty. All these things to get
Hey, I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to find loopholes.
I enjoy this. I like this.
Look at how Matic was created. Look at how these coins were created. Essentially,
those aren't meme coins.
These coins were created to be imitators of the bigger smart contract like Ethereum. And if you have like a coin that started at like 0.01 or however Matic started, and it maxed out at like almost $4, not only on a utility standpoint, but also on an investment standpoint. Because essentially, if you buy low and you sell high, you make money. I know it's crazy concept.
I understand everything you're saying, but you're not addressing the fact that literally you have to build a super intelligent team, spend millions of dollars.
I don't know anything about
build a coin that
hold on. Now you're adding way too many standards. A super intelligent team? What?
Yeah, you're gonna have names. Every team, all the good coins have been pulled from other teams that have built good coins already. What are you talking about?
You talking about good coins now? I'm talking about a coin. You talking about good coins?
Is your coin even going to be valuable, Phil?
Bro, you mentioned Matic. You realize the Like, bro, these are coins that were.
Did you
these
wait?
coins,
Hold on.
people
Did you
sat down and coded these coins for hours and hours and days, bro? This is different than creating
No,
a
that's
fucking
not how. No, that's not how it worked. They started with a simple code and it grew over time. That's why it's consistently pumping out updates. It grows over. You get better as you start.
Yes,
you
it's
just
a
gotta
project,
start.
but do you think it costs? Do you think it's cheap?
Yes,
$millions in a team of coders and people.
What are you talking about? Millions of
and everything else. We talking about.
Wait, hold on. Have you done the research already?
What kind of coin are you? What level of coin are you talking about building? Are you talking about competing with my $1 million profit scam? You're talking about competing with my $1 million profit scam. What's your
utility coin? No, utility
What's
coin.
your profit return? How hard is it? Tell me your numbers. What's your number? What will be your hypothetical number? I love to hear.
Because with
you telling me ideas, but you ain't telling me no facts.
No, so facts, for example, you can go on Fiverr and you can hire a team for less than $50 to create a coin. You don't need $1 million team. Like, what are you talking about?
So where do you list it, and how do you make profit off it? Please enlighten me on this process, so that you could tell me how you're going to compete against my $1 million.
You would start where your same coin would be in the first place, which is in a lot of decentralized exchanges because they have a very low
white paper, whitelisted. Yes, I know. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So they have very low.
Before the coin.
So people will see the information, and then you're able to send a request to CoinMarketCap.
That's what I'm having the team sells the token.
So to have it on there, and then they always have a recently added coin, so it always gives visibility to brand new tokens, coins, or whatever, even DAOs, which is something else that we can
on market, just like if you were on Fiverr or anywhere else, and so you're a new product in a new world, okay, and so you have to fight for meat.
Correct. And then once you're on that platform, and then you can do a smaller marketing campaign about the use of the coin. You could also hire individuals to do it. It wouldn't be as big of a budget because you want most of the meat and potatoes of the.
I just want to ask. So you're competing on something boring because you're competing on utility like every other utility coin there that's trying to get investors.
Correct.
That's correct.
Correct.
So you're on an open market competing on so you're relying on marketing, but your product is not as
marketing on use.
No, the marketing of your use, you could be useful as hell, but if your marketing's trash, no one knows what the use is. So you're relying on your marketing. You need a marketing campaign to sell your coin because you're going to be amongst a whole sea of utility coins.
Yes, just like you'd be in a sea of meme coins and
you need marketing. Yeah, but my marketing going to be better because I'm putting most of my money in marketing. So the coin can do shit. It can do nothing, but I got better marketing.
Yes, so but with the utility, but with the utility coin, because with the utility coin, you do it well. Hold on, you do utility coin well, and you're not looking at millions. You're looking at the possibility of entering in the billion market cap.
Oh my God! Yeah, after you make it through a lot. You got to make it through a lot. There's so many different things.
That's worth the turnaround.
I can do 10 meme coins. I can do 10 meme coins instead.
Yes, but you still wouldn't be nowhere near. You would nowhere near the $1 billion mark.
I have more guaranteed of success, and then I can use my 10 million to invest elsewhere. I'm not trying to stay in crypto.
Hey, once I got 10 million, nigga, I'm not touching. I don't need to touch crypto.
You're talking about long-term building to try to become a billionaire.
That's less than a year. You don't need that much work. And you don't need that much time. You just got to have consistency to do that.
I would like to remind you that at the beginning
of all these projects,
this man said that crypto will be in Mars and we'll be buying crypto.
Heck yeah. Elon Musk. Elon Musk already talked about bringing Dogecoin. What are you talking about? He said when he goes to Mars,
he's bring on a PDA and be like, "Yo, I traded Dogecoin between two different PDAs." What's he bringing Dogecoin to Mars for, fam?
Because they're gonna
Dogecoin. We're gonna be like imitate before we actually would even need to use crypto in space.
You think it'll take that long?
Yeah, because they're gonna have something to reason to buy it. Something
they're gonna send.
They're gonna be selling to in space.
No, it's not selling.
They're gonna have to colonize it. Do you understand how long it's gonna take to traverse?
Now let's
say 9 months
to Mars.
The same amount it took the rover.
Mars, and that's different.
No, now it's like a 9-month trip.
What? It is not a 9-month trip to Mars.
Or is it 9 years?
Yeah, all you gotta take is a whole bunch of LSD.
It's like 9 years.
Smoke a couple blunts, and you'll get to Mars. Trust me. No.
Oh wait, it's 7 months.
Oh yeah,
it's shorter than that. 7 months.
Yeah. Because I was like, it was a couple months.
Wait, how long is it to the moon? Is the moon further away? Closer.
No, the moon is like 3 to 6 months.
I'm stupid about space. 3 days. 3 days actually.
A 3-day
days
trip?
to the moon.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
all it takes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you guys
So
believe that though?
So
Nah, I
7 months.
don't believe in space. I don't believe that shit.
Wait, hold on. No. It's hypotheticals, remember. But if that's a 7-month trip, that's the same time it took Christopher Columbus to go from Spain to the Americas.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be having space travel in about 30 years from now. If we have a genius like Tesla or someone who develops some energy source. That
it was a
moves us to
different
space,
ship,
maybe.
And they still use gold as a currency, and they also use goods and services with the native Taino Indians that were in the area. You know, plugging up the Tainos because Bate ascending. That's literally what I write. But yeah, literally the fact that, you know, Elon Musk is trying to prep up Dogecoin to be a potential
be a moon coin.
Literally, because you just need to have access to internet or an intranet to be able to make that happen. And if he comes out with his Tesla bot. If he does his Tesla bot thing, which is he's going to mass produce it, he's going to want to send the Tesla bots to Mars first to cultivate and build Mars and then send humans in. So they're going to be sent already ready. It's not like they're going to go in like be intense and stuff like that. They're going to go already in a finished ecosystem. That's why it's going to already
take forever to build out all that for them to have to use money to buy things. To actually colonize Mars and build things on it, it's going to take at least 20 years. They can't even get to the moon again. A 3-day trip to the moon. They can't even get to the moon. It's been years. They pushed it back to 2026, bro. I'm telling you, it'll go be years before they get 7-month trip. They can't get a 3-day trip. What you talking about?
But even then, it's still crypto's still going to be around in like 50 years or so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not the crypto that's going to hold it up. It's literally us getting to space is going to hold us up. That's what I'm saying. If we have a genius who can get to space, maybe who can figure out.
And the only reason it takes so long is because
hypothetically, yes.
There's so much materials burned when traveling to space. Like we have such an inefficient way of space travel. It's like I almost wish like we had access to either interior technology that was used before then. Like I'm pretty sure that maybe our ancestors had access to like technology like jetpacks or maybe not jetpacks, but like levitation. Like there's got to be rocks or something that you combine certain materials or chemicals like alchemy and you could, you know, probably levitate on some stuff, or maybe some frequencies that allow you to like literally glide in the air through free unlimited power. Then maybe space travel might not be that big of an issue.
Man, I feel like this Earth has so many of its own secrets. It's
Have we killed already?
We
killed all the geniuses. What are you talking about?
It's just the Western it's just the Western hemisphere.
The dumb ones are the ones that are allowed to live.
The way we do things here is different. Because if you look at everything in the Eastern hemisphere, you still have all these myths and like home remedies that still cure things that America or something like near America would be like, no, just take this pill and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like
probably because they killed everybody who was native to the land who had myths and lore. There's no history here because they killed all the people who was part of history and then built over it.
That's why history is always of the winners. Losers don't write the history books.
So exactly. And we can see that today with the different judicial systems us fighting different information not being in our classrooms more and more. They're limiting what can be learned and what's part of the curriculum. So we could at school learn things we didn't even know was real. Didn't even know happened.
Man, it's kind of crazy.
The internet's about now, and kids can go learn things for themselves, which is crazy nowadays. Honestly, we didn't have the internet. That's crazy. We had the internet like we had back then. Like it's crazier now. They just go on their phones, everything. They can whatever they want.
Yeah, but they're getting so distracted by everything else except the truth. That's literally accessible to them.
By TikTok. let me get this TikTok dance.
Yeah, because I think it was last year's when I learned honestly about the atrocity of Christopher Columbus. Because in school they only put like one little sentence about he came to America and he accidentally let his soldiers give chicken pox or whatever to the Indians and 10 million of them died. The end. And it's like, wow, that's so sad.
And
Diseases
then they
are
all had a
transmittable.
Thanksgiving party when they healed up.
I
Like,
know, right?
They traded. They
Like-
traded food. Let's all trade food for our Thanksgiving. Let's all dress up and
Yeah,
trade food. Like, well, you
and
took away from
always-
me learnings for us to dress up and trade food to each other, and we learned that he killed everyone. Like, what?
Yeah, like last year, somebody said something about that, and I was like defending Columbus, and they're like, "How are you defending him?" And I was like, "What do you mean? He discovered us." And they're like, "Nah, research." And like they put me on, and then once I started researching, like there was these weird websites that I had to go through, like weird encyclopedias that I had to read in order to understand what actually happened, like what actually happened with Christopher Columbus coming to America, like the atrocities. I read what one of the popes that traveled with Christopher Columbus, how he would pray over like all the deceased bodies in hopes that their bodies would like go to heaven and stuff like that, and how like before they would execute the natives, that they would ask them if they wanted to die as Christians or if they wanted to die as savages. And I remember like reading one of them that said like one of the leaders, one of the chieftains, he said that he would rather die than ever go to a heaven where there's white murderers like them. Bruh,
I remember that. I remember that quote. I was like, yeah, bro. The Catholic. I'm just like, man, what? How
I was like,
you gonna be there?
whoa.
I was like,
Exactly. Like what? Like I don't want to go to that heaven. Like
The logic
oh
of
my
that.
You know,
Lord.
I just got in, but I read this thing where like people's belief shape their reality in some form or way. I think that those people thought that they were doing the right thing. Like they found a way to rationalize killing all those people
Of course
because
it
it was for
You
their
have to.
cause. You feel me?
Yes.
Anytime you believe something, it becomes part of your reality. If you believe deeply inside you that this is the right thing to do, no matter
And that
what,
they're savages.
you know,
Yes.
people, yeah, you're always going to believe that. And they, in their hearts, in their minds, in their hearts, they believe that they were still like the good guys.
The
which is
weaker mind
crazy,
succumbs
which is
to
crazy.
the weaker mind succumbs to the group
Exactly.
following,
Exactly.
or the weaker mind doesn't do enough research into their own beliefs so they can actually live them out. Because if they did research into their own beliefs on their own, they would be able to live them out better. But people just follow what's taught to them and the way it's taught to them and such, and is blinded by the leaders of power.
I don't want to necessarily, like, I don't want to dismiss what you guys are saying, but I don't fully agree because
No,
I
I
don't
feel
want to
dismissed.
necessarily say,
Yeah, keep the mic still. What are you saying?
my fault. I don't want to necessarily say that the people that do that stuff are weak-minded just because, bro, it's human nature, literally human
Yes.
nature. And
Yeah.
I've studied
Yeah, very
this,
true.
that if you see something unexplained or somebody with this immense power, you will
Mhm.
worship and admire this person deeply. Like it is, that's part
They
of
have
the
power. Yeah, they have
exactly.
power.
That's part of the human
That's the
nature.
hierarchy gets built.
That's why there's all these sun gods, water gods, all these other bullshits.
I'm
No,
talking about
but
the people who
Fred-
follow. I'm
yeah.
talking about the people who go to religion because they have nothing else to believe in the world and just have something. They need some dependency. Like there's so many people that need dependency.
Yeah, I've had people that I know that personally tell me, oh, believing in God gives me a sense of security. Meaning, like, you know, it allows them to fall back on something. Oh,
Ignore
God,
they don't want to step up and do what needs to be done in their life.
You
That's why
don't
some
wanna,
people don't.
yeah,
do
you
that.
don't want to think you're a failure. You just want to be like, oh, well, it's not in God's plan, or it's not in God's, you know, blah blah blah. Like you're weak like that. Instead of saying it's
I
all on me.
prayed for it.
Yeah, it didn't
Just
happen.
think of
I
it like
prayed for it,
this.
yeah.
Think of it like this. Yesterday's
Basically, and be like,
crackhead-
oh, I prayed for it. Like,
yeah,
no, like,
bro. Yesterday's crackhead is tomorrow's pastor. How?
literally.
Oh my Lord.
How? It's all about
Literally,
faith, bro. Belief systems, dependencies. What do you, like you just said, what do you want to fall back on? Is it drugs or is it something more higher that you can believe in to purify yourself?
Exactly.
You feel me?
It's power. It allows you to have the power to look down upon other people because I'm part of this and you're not. It's so many different things. That's what I'm just like. There's so many different things. That's why I have to reevaluate religion and beliefs and other things before I choose what I believe in or who I am and such. Because attaching yourself to something is very dangerous if you don't fully understand it and actually align with it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I tell people
Christian
all the
and I-
time,
and I-
I don't give a fuck.
I'm Christian and I was raised in the Seventh-day Adventist church, and I believe in God and all that kind of stuff. But there's still some things that are part of that I don't fully agree on. That, you know what I mean? It's like that don't make no sense to me. Although I do believe in God, I know He's all powerful. I know He knows everything. There's certain things that I don't know if the Bible teaches, but the church teaches where I'm like, nah, bro, like that's lame. That's whack. Like you can't be a weak ass lame nigga like that. Like that be submissive shit. Like I'm not.
Bro, I don't want to cut you off, but even
if he hits you on one side, give him the other cheek. Like that. No, that's some fuck boy shit. You know, I'm knocking somebody out, nigga. How can you preach that? How? You know what I'm saying? How?
If you go to most churches, they'll have white Jesus all over the churches and all that other shit. And it's like they'll see a person like me or some shit like Brad or even you or whatever the case may be, and it's like, oh, God's not black, this and that, or God. Every story has to
from the Middle East,
to God.
Fucking color. He's from the Middle East.
He was a
color Middle Eastern people. They're not fucking white, nigga. They be sunburned. God would have been sunburned every day of his life if he was white like that. Come on now.
Man, everybody got different interpretations, man. Just like people some believe in the Big Bang Theory, some believe in God creating the world. That's the problem with humans. The longer we live, the more confused we are of like the whisper game and just like, yo, this and this about Jesus, yo,
telephone,
this about God, yo, this and this about how we came. Yeah, bro. But the worst part is now with algorithms, people are shown what they want to be seen by what they research. They never will actually learn the actual.
And then their belief shapes their reality.
Exactly, because they see the same thing over and over again because it's curated to them.
That's the same shit as when your doctor tells you if something is wrong, don't Google it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking Google it. If you don't know what you're looking up or trying to find, don't try to
That's why
pull
I say,
a needle from a haystack.
I say all the time, like, me and my dad speak. And, my parents, they don't come from much. They migrated here. They brought me
humble
here.
trader.
And my mindset is completely different. And me and my dad have a totally different way we look at life because our belief systems are different because of the upbringing. So it's tough to once you fully believe in something, once your views are set as an adult, it is very tough for you to receive new information and have it like change your entire worldview. Unless you're a person who's gotten to a point where you're like, I understand that I know this, but I still know nothing. The world teaches me shit every day. But when you're like, oh, no, I know that, like, you know what I mean? You have to see the world as like, I'm a human being. Every day I learn something. Every day my views can change. Every day everything's malleable. Because today I might have a habit that tomorrow I might realize is a bad habit. You know what I mean? And what am I going to say? Oh, no, it's good for me. When you learned it's bad? No, you have to be like, all right, the way that I did shit before, the ways that I had before is the incorrect way, is the wrong way. I have to now alter it in the future to be better. And I think that, although in this day and age there's a lot of radical people, there's also a decent amount of people, I would say a good portion that you see them here and there where you see them and they're like, they go through an experience and go, damn, all right. And then they learn from that and they get better. Instead of all these other idiots that are just walking around doing the same thing every day with getting the same results going, oh, well, like, I'm in this hole. I can't get out, this and that. Like, bro, you have to change your worldviews. You're receiving new information. Change the worldview based off that.
I mean, when Christopher Columbus went to Dominican Republic, he asked them,
it's a lot of effort.
You want to live and you want to be Catholic, or you want to die and stay a savage? Obviously, those decisions that you're referring aren't that drastic, but in the same sense, when you think about it, it kind of is that kind of drastic. Because if you don't make a decision that changes your life when you receive new information, then it's almost insane that you expect a different outcome of your life doing the same things over and over again.
I mean, if they come to me like that, death or this, that's I don't know what I would do then. But
bro, my whole life I did not know anything about the Bible. I just knew that it was the word of God, right? And so I realized that there is many documents saying that slave masters created and re-edited the Bible that we were supposed to really know. And that shit right there, that changed my whole view of the world, bro. Like, that really broke my
That's
reality.
crazy. See, that's deep. That's deep.
Because now you got trust issues.
Because, nigga, you have a bunch of slave masters handing their slaves Bibles, and the slaves are like, yeah, and that's how they stayed slaves. Think about
exactly, bro.
Think about it.
Yeah, they had churches for them and everything.
Now niggas read the Bible, and it fucks us up. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I read some shit in the Bible where I'm like...
Wait, does that mean that Kanye was right?
He might have. He did mention something about
Kanye,
slavery.
No,
Yeah, Kanye.
He said that
I know
that slavery was a choice. So then was he right then?
He just says it too radically. Sometimes it's too
but was he right though? Because he said slavery was a choice, and based off of what you've been building up, that's pretty much what you've been kind of
No, that's ignorant. He can't say that because we didn't have the knowledge.
Kanye right about what? But you just said
that's ignorant.
Where you been, Fred?
No, I didn't know which Kanye. The Kanye says a lot. So I didn't know what you talking about.
Oh no, yeah, the slavery is a choice.
Nah, he bugging. He big bugging. Okay, wait. All right. Let me say this. I mean, some of them escaped. Some of them chose like rather die. So I mean, like in theory, hypothetically, with some grain of salt and some pepper. They did choose to submit instead of die. So slavery, theoretically, possibly, I don't know, maybe was a choice because they did choose to do that instead of die right back. So, it depends on what he's thinking, where he's coming from with that logic. The great Kanye, who knows? I don't know. But I mean, theoretically, if you're thinking from a certain point, like you could have fought and died like the other people or something, maybe,
bro.
Possibly.
Because didn't you see Black? But didn't you see Black Panther at the end when T'Challa and I forgot his name, when they're having that discussion and he says like, listen, cousin, I know you were right, but I'm not gonna die being their servant. No way. I would rather die just like my ancestors did when they jumped off of the ships. They jumped off of the ships and drowned themselves because they didn't want to be a slave. That's how much they didn't want to serve somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. It depends, because that's what I'm saying. It depends really on what viewpoint he was talking from. But in this day and age, if you say something wild like that, no one's gonna even think enough to think about that critically.
No one will ever try to
he's racist or something.
He crazy. Why would he say that?
Why belief systems are so strong. If you can believe in something, you don't have to critically think. You just live. Hence
with that belief,
the government.
You don't have to think. Oh, is this the right thing or not? What does the Bible say? Oh, it's wrong. Okay, I can't do it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You don't have to sit there and go, okay, well, let's think about this. The thinking's already done for you. It's Now, that's why I say belief systems. Once they're in place, they're tough to change because it's like you've already leaned on that for such a long period of time. Like some people believe, for example, like the money's the root of all evil. They're broke. They live without money. Whatever. They've leaned their whole lives.
Those are powerful words right there. Those are powerful.
I know. I just picked a random thing. They've leaned their whole lives on that message, so they've never gone to acquire money. Then when someone tries to tell them like, listen, I have a bunch of money and I'm a good person. I'm not evil. You're not going to change because they've already leaned on that. So when someone develops a worldview, like Fred says, they lean their whole character, their whole everything on that, and they don't think that's
all rich people are evil.
That's the only possibility. It's the only thing. Huh?
I was saying like they would think like all rich people are evil
as an because my dad says that to me all the time. He's like, you said money's the root of all evil. Money's the root, but again, he comes from poverty. Like he's going to think that. He has to think that, right? If he didn't think that,
his life.
Maybe it'd be different. Yeah, maybe it'd be different, right? Yeah, but when you don't, you know what I mean. So that's why I make that.
Do you think that makes him feel better? Like, okay, I don't have money because money is evil.
No, it does. It doesn't make it makes him feel like he's lived his whole life following that. So he's never searched it or he's never reached it. So it's okay. Yeah, it makes him feel better, basically.
Like he didn't even try because there's no way he's gonna make that.
Exactly, because it's evil anyways. Oh, if I don't become rich, it's cool because money's evil anyways.
Instead of like, I wasn't going to work towards in the afterlife, so they can give up this life. They can make decisions that they don't have to worry about as much in this life because they have the next life that they're looking forward to anyway. I don't know how. I mean,
even my mom all the time. Hey, when you go to heaven, you're gonna take this with you. I'm like, yeah, but I'm here right now. When I go to heaven, so my bad. Let me give everything up right now. Live, passive as fuck, and then when I get to heaven, I'll have my fun. Like, no, I want to have it now. Like, I can get it now. Like, I can work hard enough now.
Hey, but there's rich Christians,
35, and enjoy it.
You ever met rich Christians?
Oh, there is.
Or even
but the Bible disencourages the Bible disencourages that.
He encourages good stewardship, but people don't ignore that part. People ignore the parables about good stewardship because it challenges them to make money. People really
Wait a minute now. I have never read a verse that encourages poverty in the Bible. Wait a minute, or disencourages
poverty,
richness.
but I said disencourages richness. There's a legit quote that says it's easier. It's easier for a cow to fit through the needle through the hole of a sewing needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of heaven. That doesn't.
Do you know what that means?
That tell you. You know what? Can you fit a cow through the needle through the?
Do you know what that means though?
It means rich niggas ain't going to heaven. Fuck.
That's not what that means. No, that's not what it means. In the original Hebrew, a camel going through a needle is just going through the city gates. It's a 2-minute process.
I don't.
It's a 2 to 5 minute process, as opposed to you walking through the gate without any problem. The camel has to get on its kneel and it has to freaking crawl through a door, which takes 2 to 5 minutes, as opposed to just everybody going through. So if you're a merchant,
bro, I thought it was a hole of a sewing needle, and that's
no, it is not.
Are you sure that's that interpretation?
Yes, and you can look it up. And anybody else that's listening, that's hearing this, you can look it up as well. Yes. So the needle is just the city door, as opposed to like the huge gate during the opening of like the normal day. Like when sun would set, they wouldn't open the gates, obviously because of an attack or whatever. So they would just keep a side little door open. And since merchants travel at night and stuff like that, you would have to get your camel to kneel in order to get the camel to like freaking waddle through. The Bible doesn't discourage richness; it actually praises it. The issue is that a lot of people who have money, obviously, when you have power, just like what Fred was saying earlier, a lot of people abuse the power. So for those individuals who don't have the capacity or the discipline to maintain faithful and rigorous throughout,
hard work leads to profit.
Yeah, trust me. The Bible has
a lot of Bible verses about money, wealth, and prosperity. Actually, I'm looking at.
Yeah, like there was a book that I actually read about. I forgot the book now. Like it was this Jewish guy who preaches about the prosperity secrets that are in the Bible. Like he picked up like 40 or whatever that talks about how to make more money. Like the Bible actually shows a lot of different ways to make money and how to make more money. Like one of the ones that is one of the things that they do at church, which is giving tithes and offerings. Like those are one of the quote unquote prosperity.
10%. Yeah.
Because and if you don't believe in the Bible, you can look at other different other different like important books and stuff like that, where they say like give away some money. Like why would you say give away money if you're trying to make money? It's because when you have that scarcity where you have to, where you have to be against the wall. Like if you ever had like a trading tactic, whether in investments, in crypto, in options, where like you put all your money in your savings, are you going to be, half-assing your investment strategies?
Me, hell no. Fuck.
If you have 100% of your savings, if you have 100% of your money in investments, you wouldn't be half-assing anything, right? Nope. You'd be doing everything to the absolute. Yeah, you'd be doing everything to the absolute T. Once you make the astronomical gains, if you give back a portion, that's like you. It's almost like you being grateful that you made it, giving it to those who don't have access to it, and then taking that 90% that you got left and making some more. Obviously, it's not in Jesus's time, because in this time, there's a lot of taxes that you got to pay. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like taxes. I do pay the taxes. I just don't.
They have taxes. You have to go pay taxes to the man. You show up with the guard and pay taxes.
That's right. Because he did say
one of his disciples.
I'd rather pay these taxes now than the taxes back then in Jesus' time. Because if we still poor back then and we got a lot of product, they taking all our shit for free.
Oh my Lord!
When they killing us, they just killing us. They don't care about. They don't care. Ain't no police ain't gonna kill us. They killing us. Ain't no court.
Yo,
what about Shuckle? Where your head at?
He said Shuckle.
Ain't no getting sued. Ain't no what's your insurance. Let's trade information. Nothing like that.
Ain't no you can file for bankruptcy. Nah, it's like this nigga died on this date.
Nah, they don't even. No, they don't do death. They take your arm, the good one. They'll take your
just
right
chop it
arm.
off.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll tell them, yo, can you just kill me, bro? Because I don't know about this.
And bro, it gets even worse.
You ain't surviving.
Hold on, it gets even worse. So they'll take your dominant arm. So they'll figure out which one's your dominant arm. And so if you're lefty, they'll take off your left. I forgot if it was arm or a hand, but either one. They'll take it off. And then the custom there at that time is that when you did number 2, you had to use your less dominant hand to clean yourself up. And you already know the hygiene wasn't to the T at that time. So if you were righty, you would use your left one to wipe with number 2. So when you only have one hand, you have to wipe and eat. And they didn't use forks and spoons.
Life would be very difficult.
So if you did some grimy stuff like that and you got caught, your right hand is done. You'll be called poopy eating hands for a minute. Ain't playing about those punishments.
That's a long existence.
That's a tough time to use the bathroom and eat.
Honestly, though, but when we think about it, this is all bullshit that we read on the textbook. We don't really know. This could be fucking made up history. We don't really
I say that shit all the time.
We could have around for billions, or we could have around for thousands.
History is created by the victors. Think about it. Losers don't write history, bro.
Losers
the
have
victors
never
write the history.
And if they did write it, we would never have the language. We would never have the language to interpret it.
Yeah, we could do whatever
eliminate
we want
that
and write it down however you want when you win. So all the shit you're reading is from the perspective that they want to give out. It's
90. Well, hold on. It's a 95% chance because remember, if the losers wrote the history or some history and it's discovered or found, there is no possible way for us to understand their language. Because who was alive in order to pass down that language for us to interpret?
Yeah, exactly.
Because the winners would have, think about if there was a war and the last person on the other side of the country was writing everything down and the war's getting closer, by the time they get there, nobody else knows that language. And if they're completely wiped out, even if you have every textbook that describes the war and the atrocities of the attacking army, if you have nobody to understand that, even villagers on the other side of the quote unquote peaceful country that sent their soldiers to destroy that country would never know the atrocities that were committed, all in the name of freedom. That's the world that we live in today. A lot of people have never witnessed war, don't know what it's about. And war is also one of the things I've never really understood.
War's about killing niggas.
No. I mean, obviously that, but I'm saying the deeper, you're taking another person's life for the possibility of either A, you're taking something that they have that you want, or B, you just want a revenge type of thing. No, there's always a reason to enact war.
War is for the greedy.
The Troy. I love Troy because it was a war over a female. How powerful of a female do you think she must have felt after she realized?
Why is always that?
Two countries are fighting over her.
Females. Oh my god! God damn, bro. Every example, come on. I'm talking about money. Yeah, if you spent the money on this female, it will be this much. But if you spent this one, bro, how you only get the female from Troy? About defense of your country or something.
Pussy is power. Pussy is power.
You got two countries. Listen, you got two whole countries fighting for the girl, and only the top people are pretty much fighting
one
for
person
her.
in these countries are smashing. I'm about to go die for. What? You better pay me some good shekels, bro. You pay me some good money.
They're throwing their lives away.
And that's the thing. That's the thing people don't understand either, though.
Bro.
Over time, women have women have always been that way. They're really good in the warfare of the mind. That's why they're able to grab men in tournaments. They don't have to do any of the physical fighting. They just have to move the pieces on the board, bro. See, us men, we We fight our battles on the battlefield. We fight women fight them like on the side. You know what I mean? Like
On the
doing that, and planting this information there, moving, saying this here, doing that there. Like
that's why
they
a lot of the stories in a lot of different books, including the Bible, the women weakened the men, and then they came and killed them. Just like
she cut his fucking.
After Chozzen was so
I'd have been like, bitch, why are you asking me what my weaknesses? Think about it, bitch. Ask you what your weaknesses.
You're not gonna give him the world. Samson like that, though. Wait a minute.
Wait, hold on. We're going there, Justin. We're going. Yeah, I was gonna say that, though. I was gonna say that. Come on. I was gonna say he's a simp. Oh, dude, you know how much of a simp?
He didn't die as simp. He didn't die as simp, but he was a simp.
He didn't die as simp. He wasn't. He lived a simp.
He got caught lacking.
He lived a simp. He lived a simp. What are you talking about?
He wanted the girl. This nigga lied to her.
She didn't ask that. She bugged out. She didn't ask that. She asked.
Bro, he wanted her.
Hey, what does your strength? What does your strength come from?
He lied to her the first time.
All this kind of shit. Yeah, and eventually
you can lie to her 1,000 times. You can lie to her 1,000 times. If you give in once, it's over.
No, you can't call.
You always have to lie.
Just like how the Bible says.
No other person should know that strength.
You have to have a wife, a woman to reproduce with. Give off.
You think if he was married, he wasn't married.
He didn't marry her. And he was sleeping out of wedlock.
That's why.
So he was breaking.
That's why he was simping.
That's beside the point, though. That's beside.
He was harlot.
The point is
that was simping. Because think about it.
He
left his village.
He was fucking other bitches. How was he?
But he still simped over one. You could simp over one and be a playboy.
So Justin, hold on. I want to ask him something. So Justin, you would refer to it more as caught lacking, not simping.
He was simping straight up. He left his village. He left his.
So he got caught lacking. He got caught lacking.
He opened his heart, and you're fine with him opening his heart to this girl.
It's like if Magic Johnson found out one of the 25
he ain't married her. He ain't married her, bro.
Was fucking a different dude. Like that's
he left his village. No, listen, he left his village.
Yo, I'm weak to kryptonite to Lois Lane without even getting married. He just work with her and banging her a few times. He like, yo, you know my weakness. You know, yo, no. She lying to bed. Yo, what? How do you get so strong? How do you?
Not with that around.
Yo, Lois, I love you. I've had sex with you 3 times, Lois. 3 times I had sex with you. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you. Cause you were my chest just right. If you get this thing called kryptonite, you know, I heard they found it recently. Yo, it could kill me. You know, next day she dead. Next day she didn't even wait. Next day when go tell me, yo, just cut his hair. Bro, what?
Yeah. Next day she hit the FBI.
Super bad, baby.
Bro, how simping? Nah, listen, how simping?
Yo, look, I know how to kill this nigga.
Listen, how simping?
Even tie him up for you. So when you show up, he ain't got nothing left to show you.
Bro,
he weak, bro. Cut his hair and tied him up.
How simping do you,
bro? Because there's so many factors that come to it. Because like we all know. Okay, we all know
agree.
That we can be guilt-tripped by women's words.
Nah, it is definitely
guilt-tripped by women's words easily.
But nigga, you have to decide to get swayed, nigga.
It's more of like a moment of simping.
Bro, I'm trying to save his image. Yeah, niggas trying to tarnish my nigga, man. I don't got no rebuttal for this.
Yo, stop playing. I was dating. I've been dating shorties before. Right, so you start dating them, and I did a couple at a time. You know, fuck around. Like we just casually dating. Take her out. We do some stuff. We fuck whatever. She could ask me 1,500 times, 2,000. I don't give a fuck how many times she want to sit on the side of the bed and go. Are you talking to anybody else? You're the only one. You know what the fuck I'm saying, baby?
What?
You know,
correct answer.
Hey, you know you don't. Come on, like I like you. You know we like to spend time together. I don't even. You don't have to like. How do I say this? I can choose to lie. But I never have to tell the truth like that. As a man, there's certain stuff that you give up.
He definitely simped. Not only because of that. Listen, he gave up his identity.
If you're strong as fuck, why would you give up your secret? On what world,
bro?
You think that she? Why did she want to know that? He never thought about that. He never asked to himself, yo, this bitch keeps asking me what my weaknesses.
That's more why I call this. That's more why I call it simping. Honestly, like that's more why I call simping because like
she asked me 10 times on my weaknesses.
No, it's even worse. He knew. No, he knew. He knew because every time he would lie, bro. Remember because he would lie to her, and then the moment he would lie to her, they would try it, and it's like think about it. Who the hell knows this? I only told one girl, So he knew.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He knew.
He knew
That
right
makes it
away. He
even
was like,
worse.
"Damn,
That makes
That's
it
why
even
it was an extreme
worse.
moment of simping because like even though you know
Super.
you still like told her.
Like, think about it. This dude gave everything up. He gave who he was as a human being. He was an Israelite.
No, he had a superhuman. He was a superhuman.
So for me personally, when giving out information, I always think to myself, what is my gain here and what is my loss? What is my ROI?
Oh,
so
Lord.
if you ask me, hey, what about this and that? I give information. If a woman wants to wants to chill with me in the bedroom and ask me what my weakness is, I immediately have to start calculating what the ROI is on that. Why is this bitch asking me what my weakness is? For what purpose? Do you think that a person
we on that level? Like we share the same bed, not the same life. Like hold on now.
That's what I'm saying. Like bitch, what? You can ask me what I have for lunch. Ask me what I have for lunch earlier. You don't get to ask me what my weakness is. I would have been like, what? Like,
No.
Did you give a bait answer or you change the topic? What you do?
Hey, bro, no. He gave them bait answers. That pussy must be real good. Delilah must have been doing him right. He was like, I gotta extend this as long as possible.
Fuck out.
He was like, I gotta extend this as long as possible.
I'd have been like, get this.
I was like, I know she's trying to kill him, but she killed me in bed too, man. What you talking about?
When I hear girls asking me questions like that, like, oh, what about that? I'm like, bitch, what's up? Like, what you want to know? What? Why you? What's up? You work for the feds? You work for the feds or what? What's your why? Where the fuck's the why? Like, you know what I'm saying? You asking too many questions now. I don't be trusting nobody, man. I don't.
Getting a little specific.
That's facts.
Now, Juan, when you be cutting,
you never know.
Yo, Juan, when you be cutting hair, because Delilah was a good hair cutter. So, like, when you be cutting hair, you know what I'm saying? Are you good with that, or are you trash with that? Like, I gotta know. Like, some people might want to pull up at your barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you give the Delilah cut, or do you actually be cleaning niggas out?
I'm located in New Bedford, Mass. Personal Touch Barbershop. You ever in the New England area, come through. I'm better than Delilah with it, because all the shit you tell me will stay between us. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't be selling niggas out. I don't do that stuff. You could come in a chair. You could vent about your whole day. You could vent about how you ain't got no pussy in the moment. Whatever you want to vent to. That's it between us. All right? I'll pat you on the back, give you some nice treatment, get you fresh, you go get some more hoes, you know what I'm saying? If your wife giving you a hard time, I'm gonna tell you she ain't shit. I'm gonna fade you up, tell you so you can go get some new hoes, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. That's what we do.
Dang, advice in a cut? Goddamn, bro.
Yeah,
man,
bro.
do they got a DM you for pricing? Is the pricing standard?
He's a therapist.
Yes.
Oh snap! Do you?
No cap. So I got clients like that sit in the chair and then they just start venting. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's crazy, yo.
I believe it.
And then that should never go. It stays right there. But
barbers gotta be personable people. They gotta be personable.
Yeah, that's like you and your lawyer. You can't tell nobody all the stuff that I be telling people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't be fucking.
Yeah, I be telling my barber, hey, this stays between you and me, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't have you.
But then they lose respect. You feel me?
Bro, for men, there's certain people in their lives that are not even their family,
especially me. My
barber and their dealer.
My cuts are like 40 minutes to an hour, so they can sit there. I give them a nice treatment. We talk. It's like an unwind type of. You feel me? Like I got people come to me weekly just for that, just to.
Do they gotta?
Some of them come and they don't want to talk. They just want to sit there. I'm like, that's fine too.
Yeah, yo, I'm one of those guys, bro. I just sit on the chair, get my cut, and that's it.
I don't mind that either. I just judge. Like sometimes I've had dudes that switch up. One day they come in, they got mind to talk about. Other days they come in, they just want to sit. They had a long day. They just want to some people fall asleep on the chair. I don't mind either way, man. It's part of my job. What I do. But I enjoy like
only
both aspects.
Appointments. How do you schedule it out?
Walk-in appointments, whatever, man. Whatever you want. Search me up on Instagram at Chozzen. That's CHOZZEN. Chozzen. Search me up on a gram. I'm working on getting my Booksy set up, but right now you can just see me up on a gram, book that way. And yeah, man.
Hey, that's pretty lit. Now,
on my gram too, there's a bunch of all my cuts. All my cuts
questions though. Wait a minute, talk to me. You do special designs? What do you do? How
I do everything right now. I do.
Your face go crazy.
That's why I'm advertising my gram page, because I got the majority of my cuts are on my Instagram page, on my fleets, on my like the regular posts. You'll see if you go on my Instagram, you'll see everything. Yeah. Nico knows.
Off the top of your head, what would you say is the most complex design but fun at the same time that you had to do on a client?
I mean, I just did one like a week ago. It was like a double. He wanted like a fox fade. I don't know if you guys know what that is. That's the fade that starts right in the top of the head and goes all the way to the back, but it's like a circular round fade around the head.
Oh,
He wanted he wanted a fade like that, like a frohawk fade, and then he wanted like a drawn triangle in the back with two slits coming across the temples, like coming up forward like that. So I had to create the fade, then do the line, create the triangle in the back. And then he also wanted, it was like a ball fade going into the top, and the top was long. It was like a 4. So he wanted to like spike it up and do all that kind of stuff. And it was interesting to watch. Again, that cut's on my gram page as well. But yeah, I enjoy the creativity of the job. Like if you come in with a different cut, for the most part, I'm doing fades, tapers, just the regular shit. And then every time once in a while, a client will come in and be like, yo, I want to do this cut. I want to do this, do that. And then that, encourages me to get into my creative. I'm like, all right, let's create this. Start drawing, start doing this, doing that. I like the process of it. I like the creation and all that, I learn. And yeah, man, I've always been good at drawing, so it works out.
And do you only do English drawing?
But what happens if you mess up the cut though? You only get to cut once.
And herein lies the process. That's why I say this all the time. Hair does not like I can draw and then it grow back. Hair does not grow back on the spots. So if you're trimming a beard, you're trimming hair, you always want to go as minimal as possible and then adjust after. If the fade's not coming out and you're going through the process not coming out, don't sit there trying to the fade. You're gonna fuck it up. Relax. Go to the other side of the head. Go line up the beard. Go do the eyebrows. Go do something else. Come back to the fade after. Sometimes I'll be on a fade trying to work it out, and it's just not going. But I know I'm like, yo, if I go a guard lower, I'm gonna erase. Like I'm gonna take too much off here. I'm going, all right, relax. Go do his eyebrows. Do the eyebrows. Line up the beard a little bit easier. Then after I do that, I go back up to the fade and I figure it out because I took some time off. I was able to get back to it. But you can't when the process isn't going correctly, you can't try to force it because hair don't grow back on the spot. So it's like you gotta
now back.
Wow, that's actually
another question related to that one. What if you actually mess up? Like, what would you do if a customer is exploding on you? How would you de-escalate that, or vice versa?
So this was an experience happened to me probably like 6 months, 7 months after I started cutting, where a client came in and he wanted a specific type of fade. And I messed it up. I brought the fade up too high, and then I took too much hair off his side. So I had to drop he had like a 4 all around. I had to drop him to like a 2 and give him like a high fade, a bunch of stuff. And he was very mad. When it happened, he exploded on me. Bro, I can't believe that you told me you could cut. I'm like, yeah, bro, I only been cutting. I was like 6 months. He's like, you should have told me, nigga, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, but if I told you, you wouldn't have sat in my chair. So like, you know what I mean? And he was all mad. But again, so I dropped him to a 2, whatever, and I brought the fade up. In the end, it came out. It wasn't the cut he wanted, but it was a cut that was, the cut that I knew how to do. And he was mad. He was mad, but he told me like at the end, he's like, honestly, I respect the hustle of you not telling me that information because I know you want clientele. But he said, like, when you're in this business, it's about your respectability. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be able to trust you. No, so, in the future, and that kind of taught me, like, I got to be honest with people. If a dude sits in my chair and goes, yo, I want this cut, and I can't do the cut, say that I'm going to say I can't. Like, I'm not going to sit there because I'm going to mess him up and I'm providing a service.
Give a variation, bro. Give him a variation.
It don't work that way, bro.
Yo, my vibe when I woke up this morning was like,
what does that mean?
For you.
Some shit. But yeah, man, there's certain cuts that I know I have an idea of doing and I can do them, but that's
where it happened. You break it down at the bar.
Yeah, there's others that, I'm like, I can't do this cut. I can't. And I'll tell them, like, listen, I could try this. It might not come out like this, and they'll be like, all right, that's fine, bro. And we get it done.
I mean, I like how you broke down though that process though about how you go about trying to fix like a small little error like that. Like if it's not coming out, you go do something else. Because it kind of reminds me like right now in the NBA, Steph Curry cold, bro. Like what's wrong with that? Like this dude is
only been like 2 games, bro.
Whoa, three.
He ain't running enough, bro. His points are escalated to his running.
We know shoot. And we all play ball here, so we understand that the rim is round and so is a ball. And sometimes you just, like he had a hot month. You got to cool off a little bit, man.
You feel me? You
got to cool off a little bit,
bro.
nigga.
He's been dropping 30 to 40 points,
like,
even sometimes 50, just to get a win for his fucking team, bro. They look like they're playing hot potato on the court just to get this man the ball, bro. Like what?
Hey, even with his gold slump, he's still on pace to beat the record he set of the most recent season. He's on pace to beat that record that he's already set.
But that was when he was on his no, that was when he was doing well.
No, he's still on that pace. He's still there. Yeah. After being cold for like a week,
because of how much he gained so far. He's ahead of the curve to what he could be for the rest.
Think
of
about it. He went on like a 10-game tear where he hit like 8 3-pointers or more than 5 in 8 straight games. Like it's crazy. Like that's tough to do, man. Shoot 50%.
No, hopefully he's purposely being bad because that way they won't burn out. They won't burn out to her like they did that one.
So
year.
You're telling me he decided to shoot games. You're telling me that he decided to shoot 28%, 14 of 42 in the last 3 games?
No, I'm saying hopefully. No, I'm saying hopefully he's being. No, I'm saying hopefully he's not trying that hard. Hopefully he's saving energy.
No, hopefully he doesn't care.
Yeah,
and we know shoot, man. When you shoot the ball and it feels real good, and then when you shoot it, and
Damian Lillard's taking all his skills. Damian's like, yo, I need to start making having a terrible season.
No, actually, that's a good idea. No, that's actually a good idea. Like, what are the next couple of games? Like, what if he's actually just waiting until like those like important games where he has to like outperform? And he'd rather like not play.
Have they been playing good teams or trash teams? That's a good question. Because if they've been playing bad teams, then he doesn't have to do that well. He could let
they lost to the Suns, and then they won one.
Oh, they did. Yeah, he didn't play too well that game.
No, right.
They lost to the Spurs.
They were double and triple teaming him the whole game, bro. He wasn't allowed to shoot.
Which one?
Nah, the Suns. The Suns. The Suns were on Steph. Like,
yo, how much time we got left on this podcast, bro? So
you want to
play some League in a bit?
Hey, League gang.
Yeah, we've been at.
Hey, do you stream? Hey, do you stream? You know what I'm saying?
I do not currently stream. No, I just play for fun.
But are you nice though?
At League, my,
you should stream. Like, what's your rank? Let people know what your rank is. Or what's the highest you've ever? What's the highest you ever?
Oh,
went?
gold one, baby, almost plat. And then then I got tilted.
Wait, after gold is plat?
Yep.
Mm.
I got the gold one. Never promos. Got the gold one, and then I lost the game, and then it was just.
Who are your top 3? Who's your pocket pick?
I play Akali, Yasuo, and for my third, I'll probably say like Irelia. I play mid. All right, I don't play bot or support, anything like that, or jungle.
So you really didn't have a reason to like watch Arcane or nothing, right? Or you still watched it?
Oh, I did. I already finished Arcane. That show was, my God, what a great show!
Yeah.
What a fucking fantastic show!
Wait, have you finished it, Fred?
Nope, I got 2 episodes left, man.
Bro,
it's gonna be amazing.
Bro,
oh my lord,
bro.
Did anybody other than me rewatch it more than
bro?
once?
We can't even talk about it because you ain't finished it, nigga.
Nah, you can talk, but I'll mute myself.
Yo,
oh my God, bro.
Yo, this dude is wild.
No, get out. That show's crazy, bro.
I understand why they want to make that shit. Why they want to make it canon, though.
Yeah, man. Like, there's so many differences from the original lore to the Arcane show.
I love how they're able to bring those champions. Because Justin, you don't play League like that, but it's crazy when you see the champ, just a champ, you control him and stuff, turned into a character like on a show. It's just so crazy watching that like adaptation,
Yeah,
watching
like
the character come to life, and he's got a personality, and he's got things he says, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just crazy.
That's why I was confused, because I'm familiar that Vander, that he's a strong character in League.
No, he's not. I don't think they say he might be Warwick because of the end.
Yeah,
he is 100% Warwick, bro.
He's 100% Warwick, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. They confirmed it.
But in the show, you don't get that feeling towards like the end when you're like, oh shit, when he transforms right into the beast.
No, it's not that end. Later on, it shows that the scientist is working on him in his lab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The Singe is working on Warwick off of Vander, and then And then that's why he has the mouth patch or whatever. Because with the mouth patch, it allows him to hide the fact that he got scratched. That in League lore, at least, the reason that he has the mouth patch is he got scratched by Warwick when he was creating him, or whatever.
Yeah,
term
sure.
that is.
That's what
So
season
it's
2
kinda-
about to get into.
Bro, season 2, you're gonna get Warwick
about to
to
be
come
crazy.
on board. You're gonna get Blitzcrank to come on board. We might
Blitz,
be
bro.
graced. We might be graced with
crazy.
Misfortune. We might be graced with Twisted Fate. We might be graced with
Are these
Grace.
characters?
Yes,
Yeah,
all from
these
the
are all
game.
characters, yeah.
Camille or Rihanna, they're definitely
Justin
coming on
rolling
board.
up.
because with Camille,
Chilling.
with Camille and Oriana, they're augmentation, and Victor is the augmentation king right now. Like all he's gonna do is just a whole bunch of augmented stuff, and he's gonna start learning. And him and Jace are gonna split apart, which is exactly what League lore is. And you can already start seeing it happen. Like they're disagreeing on a lot of core stuff because Jace, even though
Jace
Jace
is becoming more arrogant, like he is in the lore. I heard in the lore he's really shit.
yeah, super.
Yeah, he's like a
super.
know-it-all. You know, he's like all fucking. You know.
Like the small 5 minutes of Jace trashing Heimerdinger on the council, like that 5 minutes is League lore. Everything else is like non-existent in the lore. Like he's not a pretty boy that is very simpy towards people. Much more of an arrogant control freak. But you know, we could go on and rave. I don't want to take too much of Chozzen's league time nor anybody else's productivity. Other than Juan, do you guys? Let's invite Fred back in. While we invite Fred back in, do you have anything that you want to promote for just in regards to?
Yes,
upcoming
sir. I'm
projects?
making beats again on both on many programs right now. We back to it. Stories coming out. You already know.
Yeah, when you dropping your next when you dropping your next blog post, I heard it's fire.
Soon, very soon. Very
What?
soon.
So what do you vlog about? Just
I make creative content. Like I just write creative stories. Literally, bro. Like just abstract stories that I.
you creative with it? You creative with it? Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite one so far?
that I've made?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, my favorite one, I'm gonna have to say, I think the first part of this story that I'm writing now.
The
I'm
second
doing
key.
a part 2. Yeah, I'm doing a part 2. And I wrote a story called The First Key, and that shit was pretty lit.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no! Actually, my favorite is The Veil.
Oh, that one was pretty lit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, give a little synopsis so
wrote
people understand. Like, what you talking about? What is it
Yeah, that's what I
about?
was gonna do. So I wrote a story about that in this universe, right, in this amazing futuristic
Fred, what are you doing?
progressive universe. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Fred's doing.
Carry on.
All right, yeah. So in this progressive universe, far away in the corner, there's a small, secluded planet that pretty much everybody ignores. Like there's, travelers, intergalactic peace, all that good shit, bro. But that one small planet nobody really notices or pays attention to. So they think it's inhabitable. But in fact, every like lost spaceship or transport cargo that lands there has survived. And on that planet, there's like, out of all the people that survived the crashes and everything like that, they created a township. And they're still figuring out what the planet really has to hold and all that stuff. And within that township, they all have their own roles, such as farming, doctor, the regular 1, 2, 3. And so this young little farmer, he's a young boy. He was usually, peculiar. He was born there due to one of the crashes, because his parents were met there for one of the crashes, whatever the case is. So one day he's just farming and he runs across this history class that they're giving. And the history class ended up being for kids like 6 years older than him. But he ended up sneaking his way into there. After that history class, he felt so mind blown. Like he he wanted to know more. And at that same moment, he felt some weird mystique. I said mystique, mystical voice, kind of like whisper his name, like come to me, like come to me.
It's some weird shit.
Yeah, bro. So that boy just follows the voice. He follows the
All right,
voice.
wait, hold on. You give it too much. You gotta let him read it. Wait a minute.
No, wait. He
That's
follows the
interesting.
voice. He follows the voice. Next thing you know, he's gone. Nobody could find him. And the search is up to you, bro.
Yeah, you can find you can find it on nicopingus.com. And Fred, you got anything that you want to promote?
No, because if I release some, you'll find out about. I may have something in the works. I may not. You won't know.
You got
Yeah, I
Instagram,
like that.
Justin?
Yeah, but I barely use it. I should start using it more often, though.
Probably should. That's where I have all my cuts and all my business shit.
Nah, no cap.
Yeah.
The only reason I'll tell you the reason why I don't use Instagram as much off Craig.
Hey, no worries. Hey,
Wait, what?
Nico
What?
Pingan
What
here.
you say?
You can find me IG
Off crack, you
nicopingan.com.
No,
You can
off Craig.
you can check the website nicopingan.com.
We're trying to end here, guys. We're
All the
trying to
good stuff. And we got these two knuckleheads out here, you know what I'm saying? It's been a dope episode. We had
Oblivious.
Chozzen over here. He joined us in,
Yes,
gave us
sir.
some
Yes,
amazing
sir.
content. He enlightened us. He
Facts.
inspired us. He questioned us, and we want to give you a shout out for being the first absolute guest on the show. And thank you very much, everybody. Check him out, support him. You know,
Yes, sir.
the
Visit his
comments.
shop.
You know what I'm saying? Other than
Yeah.
that, Argue Bros.
Again,
has
that's
been another
Chosen on
episode.
Instagram. Follow me, all that
And-
shit, like my stuff. Come get haircuts.
Argue Bros.
You know, all that
Check
good
him
shit.
out. And we out. Peace.
You've been listening to Argue Bros. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and leave us a review to let us know what you think. Keep listening and we'll catch up with you next week.